send it, Bucky?
All right, and we're live.
Just in this Hangouts chat.
Or in the preferably a Discord, and I'll just do a screenshot. Okay, so I am your moderator, Bucky. This is another debate for our second round of preliminaries. We have our two opponents here. You guys want to say hi? Either one of you.
What's up, bitches?
So Splash. Eli, you want to say hi? Introduce yourself. Eli.
Is that a concession? Did I win?
Fuck no.
Yeah, Eli.
Eli, just say hi. Just say hi.
Wait, Eli, say hello.
Oh, yeah. How y'all doing?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, bet.
Do you guys
what is the topic? What's the topic, Eli and Splash?
It's basically okay. The topic is basically the same as the debate with Ace. Universal.
Okay.
Two universal characters.
Two universal characters. Which ones?
Yeah. I chose Mad Jim Jasters.
Yeah.
He chose Lobo.
Okay.
I chose Penny.
Does either of you want to start?
Wait, real quick. Wait, hold on 1 second. Real quick. I just wanted to say that this is going to be a good debate, and I think anyone watching is going to have a good time. And I just wanted to ask real quick, is it okay if Felix, Joda, myself, and Bucky judge, like the winner, or no?
Yeah, we're the moderators, so we're supposed to.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I thought you was going to judge anyway.
It's going down for
That's disgusting. Actually, fucking delete your account.
All right, it's going down for real. All right. Either one of you start. Let's fucking go.
Everyone else go on mute.
You go first, because I went first last night.
Oh, I just thought you was going to present the same argument. That's why I was going to let you go first. That's the only reason I was going to let you go.
I'm saying you can go first.
Okay. So yesterday, damn it. All I was saying was that there's a different level of reality manipulation. And yeah, one might be able to create a universe or create life, but that isn't necessarily a combat feat. There's plenty of characters that can heal your wounds and regenerate, but they can't fight for shit. And that was my argument.
Okay, well, if for the people at home, if you don't quite know what we're talking about, so basically Jim Jasters is a universal reality warper, and I'm using Lobo, and my stance is that Lobo won't be affected by the attacks Jim Jasters use, and my reason for this is because of an encounter he had with two beings named God and Dave. You said I can post scans in Discord, Bucky?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'll. Do you want it in DMs or in the server?
So, preferably.
All right, I'll put it in discussion. But anyway, so God and Dave created their own universe from scratch. They absolutely created everything within it. And they wanted Lobo to come to their universe to participate in like a war games type thing they were doing. So they fucking summoned him, right? Well, they get there and they learn pretty fucking quickly that Lobo is not in the mood for any of that shit. So they realize they have to fucking stop Lobo. Like, they have to get him out of there. So they start bending and warping their entire reality to everything inside the universe. But the entire universal reality was bending around Lobo, but it couldn't actually affect Lobo. Lobo was able to, it was like a passive trait, he was able to combat the universal reality warping. And let me send you a picture of what the fuck happened when they tried this shit.
I tagged you where to post it.
Oh, I know exactly what happened.
Hold on. You tagged me with, okay, I see it. Hold on. Let me post this shit. So this is what it looked like when they tried. God damn it. All right. I hate when it does this. Pictures. Here we go. Logo.
Posting the scans.
Yeah, I'm posting. Okay, here it is.
Are you posting in the Hangouts or Discord?
Discord.
You'll say I'll screen share.
All right, send it to Hank.
So these two beings that were completely in control of their own universe, and in fact could see everything happening within their universe, tried to bend the entire universe around Lobo, doing everything they possibly could to stop him, and nothing would work. And he ended up fucking picking them up, smashing their heads, and then smashing their heads off of them and fucking murdering the shit out of them before he just left, smoking a cigar, being a fucking hood rat like he is. So what I present to you is I have not seen any point where Jasper's 100% universal control of reality is greater than their 100% universal control of reality.
Okay. So is it directly stated that they couldn't warp him at all?
Yes.
It was stated?
Yes. They said, we can't win them all, brother, when they tried to bend the entire reality of the universe around Lobo to stop him. And he fucking smashed their heads in.
We're talking about, did they try to bend him? Did it show us that?
Yes, they couldn't bend him. They could bend everything inside of their universe, and they could bend the entire universe, but they couldn't bend Lobo.
Okay. Sounds
and
good.
Universe bending, but it couldn't affect Lobo. They couldn't do anything to Lobo. He was above it.
Hold on. Wait a second. Bro, are you going to send the scans? Like, I'm waiting to see them.
I posted it.
Because I thought he was going to send them. All right, you put, let me just look in Discord, bro. I'm thinking he's going to send it to, so I got to go from Discord to Hangouts again?
I screen share it for the viewers, but you have to fucking look in Discord for yourself.
Just go to my server, Eli, and you'll see the tag.
For anyone else.
You put in Boy Heat versus the World, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do another screen share.
All right, so in that scan, for one, the Lobo's durability wasn't even that high in those scans. And what he was fighting were basically foot soldiers. As a matter of fact, I have scans of that entire comic. And what he was fighting was not on the level of Mad Jim Jaspers. None of them was. And then, even their reality warping wasn't on the level of Mad Jim Jaspers. As far as the area turning into a different landscape, that's different. But they wasn't forming into different creatures, impossible beings, and fighting and fucking up the entire universe as they clashed. That wasn't happening. So their level of manipulation is not on Mad Jim Jaspers at all.
So wait, so are you saying that Jaspers would manipulate himself to become powerful enough to beat him?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, thank you for making my argument easier. Okay, so I'll post some more scans. So first off,
I also
if
believe
he
that
uses anything.
I can say one more thing?
Go ahead.
All right, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I also feel like that Mad Jim Jaspers probably could reality warp Lobo.
He has shown Lobo. What I'm telling you is Lobo has shown a direct durability feat against universal reality warping. God and Dave, even if you wanted to argue those were avatars, they still had complete control of the universe. They were completely bending everything, but they couldn't bend Lobo. And now, to address if Jaspers inwardly manipulated himself to a universal level, let's say he goes universal. Well, I'm going to show you some of the things that won't work. So Lobo can bypass intangibility. He can literally punch him in the fucking soul. Right here, Lobo, reality warping magic used by Dr. Fate and Dr. Fate's squad had no effect on Lobo. Let me show you. Now, physically, if this comes down to a physically hand-to-hand combat, or and also something you mentioned last night that I saved for today, you said that Jasper's weakness is if he's taken outside of reality, right?
No, I said that only worked one time. There's a reason why it wouldn't work again. I didn't mention that. That's why I saved that for you. I wanted you to use it from the good side. It wouldn't work a second time.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last thing you said.
I said it wouldn't work a second time. It worked that one time, but He actually survived that, and it wouldn't work a second time.
But it would put him down for the time, especially if you don't send him to the same spot.
No, it won't. As
Why
a matter
won't
of fact,
did it say
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because he feud after he got into a fight with the Fury, he lost. But somehow later on in comics, he fused with the Fury, and the Fury can constantly evolve above whatever it's combating. So when Lobo is trying to fight the Fury will always be a step ahead of him, no matter what. It's going to always be evolving a step ahead of him, no matter what he wants to do in the fight. So even if you did try to take him out of the fight and put him in the same empty universe and try to do the same trick that you did last time, then you just have an evolutionary, all evolving Mad Jim Jaspers that's just going to keep evolving and beating the shit out of Lobo continuously. Even if they don't lose, he'll be getting his ass whooped for all eternity.
So let me get this straight. So you're saying if the one above all or Oblivion got their hands on Mad Jim Jaspers, he would be able to instantly adapt, and he can beat any being, even if they're omnipotent.
Did I say that?
You said he adapts to anything, so I need you to establish the cap on his adaptation.
What I'm asking you is, did I say anything near the one above all? Can Lobo beat the one above all?
That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm asking you to provide a cap for his adaptation.
A cap wasn't shown.
So it's a no limits fallacy.
No, a cap wasn't shown. It was similar to the protege. Until there's a cap that is shown, then we can sit right there and put a cap on it. But there wasn't a cap that was shown.
So you're gonna say he can beat anybody?
No, I said he could beat Lobo. That's what I said.
But why can't he beat anybody? You would have to say
I don't have to prove him. I don't have to prove him beating anybody else. All I have to do is prove him that he can beat Lobo, and he can beat Lobo because Lobo falls under those criteria.
What you are presenting isn't working because you haven't established a cap. I can't attack your point or address your point because you're not providing full evidence of the cap. If you said there's no cap, then I can just say, since this is a universal level battle, Lobo will just rise above the universal level of durability and adaptation.
No, listen.
And I'll show you why.
Okay, it is not a no limits fallacy for a particular reason because it is not plot induced stupidity. It is not a feat that comes out of nowhere that's coming out of his ass that's made just for plot. As a matter of fact, this has been consistent in the Fury's feat since the very start of its creation. So that is the ability that it has always had. As a matter of fact, that's how it was able to combat Mad Jim Jaspers. Now that he's able to fused with Mad Jim Jaspers, Mad Jim Jaspers would also have the same feat. And the person that created the Fury was Mad Jim Jaspers. And Mad Jim Jaspers lost to the Fury, but now they fused. And
so
it constantly evolves above whatever it's fighting. So it was basically, let me finish. It was basically an unmovable object versus unrelenting force. And somehow the unrelenting force won that battle, but it won not through the laws of physics, but by taking him outside of the laws of physics. Now that being outside of the laws of physics would not work, it won't work on him again. So that means if Lobo is fighting Mad Jim Jaspers or the Fury Jim Jaspers, or whatever you want to call him, he's going to always lose because he's going to constantly get his ass whooped because Mad Jim Jaspers will always be a step above him.
Okay, so let me address a couple things. One, let me give you an analogy so you can understand what I'm saying. Let's say I play basketball like who I am now. I'm a grown man. I go play a 5-year-old in basketball, right? And I fuck him up. Like, he doesn't score. I shit on him the whole time. I beat him 100-0. And then I say, I am the best basketball player in the world without a doubt.
How does that relate to what I'm saying?
Because I don't have a cap. My feet, I beat this kid, and I've never lost in basketball. Therefore, I'm the best in the world. I'm the best to ever play.
That makes no sense because
Yes, it
with the
does.
Fury, he actually
To
with the
establish
Fury,
a
he
base.
actually no, that makes no sense because with the Fury, he actually fought the best in the universe.
You said he lost.
No, the Fury didn't lose. Mad Jim
No, you
Jaspers
said
won,
Jim
and then he
Jasper,
fused
the
with
guy
the
you're
Fury.
using, lost.
No, I said Mad Jim Jasper lost.
Yes,
And
that's who
I
you're.
can pull up the scan. I can pull up the scan, bro. It don't
But
matter.
you just said Jasper's lost.
He lost, and then he fused with the Fury, so it
No,
wouldn't work the second time.
You are using Jim Jaspers. So if you're using Jim Jaspers with a fusion of another character, that's no longer Jim Jaspers.
No, it is Jim Jaspers because Mad Jim Jaspers, that is still called Mad Jim Jaspers. That is still Mad Jim Jaspers, Universal Mad Jim Jaspers that fought. It's not the Fury, it's Mad Jim Jaspers. Mad Jim Jaspers
But
is a
he is
machine.
combined with another character.
I never said that I wasn't using. That is the same Mad Jim Jaspers. He's not a fusion.
Oh, so he didn't fuse with Fury, so you're not using Fury.
No, he is the Fury. He created the Fury from the start.
Your mind. Did he? So are you using Jim Jaspers or are you using Jim Jaspers fused
Now
with
you're just using circular reasoning. Now you're just using circular reasoning.
Using
Yes, you
Jim
are.
Jaspers or are you using Jim Jaspers fused with another character?
Okay, so let me say this. If I sit right there and I cut off your arm and I give you a robot arm, is that still you? Or is that a fusion of you?
That is an inanimate object, so yes.
Okay, the Fury is an inanimate object. It's a machine that is fighting.
But the robot arm you gave, the metal arm you gave me, that's not the same thing.
Okay, but did I say that I wasn't using Mad Jim Jaspers? I said I was using Universal Mad Jim Jaspers. The same Mad. No, it is still Mad. No, it is his name. His name didn't change. He's not a fusion of a different. He's not a different character. He fused with the character before, but that's the same thing. If you use a Majin Buu and he absorbs Gohan.
Yeah, Buhan, right?
You can sit right here and call him. You can sit right there and call him a fusion of Buhan, right? You'll say that he was a fusion of Buhan. But if you sit right there and you're using a machine, and you already created that machine, that means that machine was already a part of your power. That machine was just his power that went back into him. So that would still be Mad Jim Jasper. That's his own power. He created the Fury by his own power. So that is still Mad Jim Jasper.
Wait, so if I build a bike and then I shove it up my own ass, has that bike always been a part of me? Is that how that works?
Was metal a part of you?
No, it wasn't. I just shoved it up my own ass.
Okay.
I shoved it up my own ass now. So now it's always been a part of me.
If you tore a piece of your soul like and you threw it on the ground and then you picked it back up and put it right back inside yourself, is that still your soul?
But that's different than the Fury
situation.
No,
it's not, because that's the same as your power. All right, so let's say this. Let's say you took out your own energy. You took out your own energy. You threw it on the ground. You picked up your energy and you put it right back in your body. Was that still your energy?
That's not what I'm asking you, and that's different. You're going from saying
because the Fury is his creation and it was created by his power. It is his power. The Fury is his power. The only thing that could combat Jim Jasper was his own power. Something that was constantly evolving versus something that constantly warps reality. But he created that thing that is constantly evolving out from nothing. From the fabric of reality itself, which is his power. So that means that is him.
But you're also presenting even if I allowed that, you're still presenting a no limits fallacy.
No, that's circular reasoning.
No, you are using a no limits fallacy. If you're saying he can't lose, that's a no limits fallacy. Do you understand?
I'm not supposed to interrupt you. Keep going.
Well, can one of the moderators please try to help him understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Moderators, not calling for moderators.
I understand exactly what you're saying, but the problem with that is you're mentioning Lobo having a no limit fallacy to reality warping. But the moment I sit right there and tell you that Mad Jim Jaspers will constantly evolve above Lobo, which is just simple evolution, you're going to call it a no limits fallacy. Yet it's not no limits fallacy for him to have no type of limit to a form of reality warping, even if that form of reality warping and control is far better and greater than the people that you have mentioned. By feats, by exploits.
Hold on, which Fury are you using?
I said the one that fought Mad Jim Jaspers.
There are different incarnations, and they are very fucking different. Which one are you using?
The one that fought Mad Jim Jaspers.
Okay, the one that beat him is different from the one you used with.
No, it's not.
That's not even 616 Jaspers.
Bro, that is his exact same. As a matter of fact, he completely states himself that is the same Fury that he fought that fried his noggin. I can provide that scan. It's the exact same Fury.
Well, I could just make it complete. Here, I'll just post the exact excerpt from it. It's not the same one.
It's the exact. Okay.
No, the Fury that fought Jim Jaspers and beat him was not from his reality. It was not the one he made.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait.
So
You saying the Fury that fought and beat? You said the Fury that fought and beat him? Wait. I just realized what you're talking about. I realize what you're talking about. You're talking about the one that is multiverse.
The one you are using. The situation you are referring to is not the Fury he created.
No, the one that I am using is a universal Mad Jim Jaspers. The universal Mad Jim Jaspers, by the end of his last comment, he fused with that version with the Fury. So that would still be Mad Jim Jaspers. It doesn't matter whether it came from a different Mad Jim Jaspers or not. The Mad Jim Jasper I was using was the one from the beginning to the end that fought the Fury. And by the end of that fight, he was fused with the Fury. That means he was still Mad Jim Jasper. Now I never told you I wasn't using it. And that wasn't never stated. So you can sit right here and say that it's no limit fallacy or it's a fusion. I didn't break no rules. That's the character I've used. I said I'm using the one that is universal. And that's the one that fought the Fury. I said the one that fought the Fury. What do you? I just mentioned it.
Which planet? Say the planet.
The one that fused. Okay. In fact, I don't even have to say this. I can mention it through feet. The one that went out. The one that lost. No, listen. No, I don't. I'm gonna tell you why I don't have to say it. I'm gonna tell you why I don't have to say it because I already mentioned it. The one that went outside, the one that lost and went outside of reality. I said that continuously. So why would I have to repeat that and I give you a specific planet or universe when I've already said the one that got into a fight and went outside of the universe? You can go to that scan. You can pull that up yourself. You sitting right there asking me to mention that is completely redundant. It's irrelevant. I don't even have to answer that irrelevant conclusion. That's like a relevant statement to make. I don't have to answer that at all. I stated it and I answered that multiple times. I said the one that lost outside of reality that also fused with the Fury that it had lost to. By the end of the comment, it was fused with the Fury. So that means that Lobo cannot perform that same feat again. I repeated that. I don't have to tell you what universe is from because you know I repeated it continuously over and over again. There was only one that fought him and went outside of the universe. Not the one that's multiversal, the one that's universal.
Here you go. Read this out loud, buddy. Read this out loud. I just posted it.
Hold on, let me see. No, I don't have to read that because I already told you.
So you're ignoring the
no, that has nothing to do. No, because I just read it. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying. You can't answer my point, so you avoid it. And you're trying to ask me a relevant question.
It does not count because it's incorrect.
How is it incorrect?
Because the Fury he created could not fight him. Do you understand that? And do you know why?
Using the Magic Jaspers?
Listen, do you know why?
I told you, I'm using the Magic Jaspers that is universal, that fuse with the Fury. You're saying the Fury that he created. You're misrepresenting.
No, it's not.
Because you're trying to mention. You're trying to mention. You're trying to mention the Fury that was that you're trying to mention the same Fury that fought Magic Jaspers, but you're trying to pretend like I'm using the multiversal Magic Jaspers, the one that he actually couldn't fight. But the one that he actually fought, he said that's not the same Magic Jasper. He said it in the fight. Matter of fact, I can pull up scans that completely make that whole statement that you made completely irrelevant.
It's not the one that created him.
I didn't say that.
You just said he said that's not the same Jim Jaspers.
That's exactly okay. So what's the difference? What's the difference between, bro? You're using circular reasoning. You're using circular reasoning.
I'm using the truth. I'm using logic. That is
no, you're not. You're using circular reasoning. I just said it. How many times do I got to say this? I'm using the universal Magic Jaspers. He is universal. He fused with the Fury. Whether he created that version of the Fury or not, he fused with that version of the Fury.
That fucking matters. You said he could use it because he created it. He didn't fucking create it. Stop lying.
Okay. Look. Does that even matter? You're talking about the multiverse. Stop interrupting me and let me speak. Stop interrupting me and let me speak.
You're lying. Stop
speaking. No, stop interrupting me and let me speak.
Go ahead.
Because I'm trying to get to your point. The multiversal Magic Jaspers created the Fury. This is what you want me to be. You want me to be very specific. It was Magic Jaspers that created the Fury. You want me to be specific about the verse. The multiversal Magic Jaspers created the Fury. That Fury went in and fought a different Magic Jaspers from a different universe. The universal Magic Jaspers that I kept mentioning. Now, me sitting here saying that it's his power. Technically, it is his power because it's still Magic Jaspers. Okay, but let's say since it's different Magic Jaspers, it's not his power. How is that relevant? Because I said after they fought, they fused together, and that is the version I'm using. Regardless of the fact whether that version created him or not, it's still Magic Jaspers. So you sitting right here trying to be specific on one particular thing, saying that Jim Jaspers didn't create him is completely irrelevant because it's part of his power now. And that's still the Magic Jaspers I said I'm using. Regardless of how you feel about it being a different Jim Jaspers, is it a part of him? Did I deny and say that I'm not using that version of Magic Jaspers? I said that from the beginning to the end. I'm using the universal Magic Jaspers. Now you want to sit right there. You thought that I wasn't going to sit right there and mention him fusing with the Fury. That's not me sitting right there saying it's a different character. It's still called Magic Jaspers. You just didn't know exactly which version of Magic Jaspers I was using. That is on you. That's not me. That's your ignorance. You should have prepared for both, but you didn't prepare.
Oh, no, I don't have to prepare for the one you're using. So let me explain why. So you stated you could use the one you're using because Jim Jaspers created that entity, right?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I just clarified that. I clarified that. I said the multiversal.
He created it.
No, I didn't.
It came from him.
Okay,
you said it came from him.
Okay, which version created it? Since you want to be specific, which version created it? Which version did I say created it?
The one from Earth 238 and 616 are very different.
Okay, I said that.
No, you said that he could use it because he created it, but it was not the same Jaspers that created it.
I just said that. I just stated that. I just stated that just now. I stated that just now 3 times, bro. I stated that just now 3 times, bro. The one from a different universe is multiversal. The one that created him was multiversal. I stated that. He was multiversal. I'm using universal. What is so hard to comprehend about that? That means that I separated the two. You're just choosing to ignore that. And you want to keep staying on the one fact. Yes, you are. You're trying to stay on the one fact and keep saying that, well, you said that he created him. You created. Okay, I already established that they're 2 different characters.
No, you're literally changing what you originally said. You said it is valid that he fuses with it.
I told you it didn't even matter. I told you it didn't even matter because I said I'm using universal Magic Jaspers. That by the end of his fight, the one that fought, which one fought? Okay. Here, let's just dumb this shit down. Which one fought the Fury?
Which Fury? The one it didn't create?
Which one fought the Fury? There was only one that fought a Fury, regardless of how you feel. Which one fought the Fury? The other one could not fight. The Fury couldn't fight the other man, Jim Jaspers. Which one fought the Fury? Answer that question.
You know
which one fought the Fury? Which one fought the Fury?
616.
Which one?
616.
Okay, is that the one that's universal?
It doesn't matter. It can't use
Is that the one that's universal? Yes or not?
Which one? Jim Jaspers?
Yes. Is that the one that's universal?
You understand what I am saying to you?
You're avoiding my question. Answer my question.
I'm not avoiding your question. You failed
don't dodge what I'm saying. Answer my question. Don't dodge it with another question. Answer my question.
The Jim Jaspers you are using is the one that's with the character that he did not create. So it didn't come from his own power.
Is it universal?
It doesn't matter. That's all I have to say.
Is it universal?
That's all I have to say.
Is it universal?
That's all I have to say. It's no longer Jim Jaspers.
Then you lost. You just conceded your point.
No, I did not.
Because that is that's a straw man argument. You try to be real and use a straw man argument to keep on stating that I'm talking about the one that's created. I said the one that is universal. Universal. How many times do I got to repeat that?
Dude, that is awesome. Universal one character that it didn't create.
When I said Mad Jim Jaspers created the Fury, I was being broad. So now that you didn't want me to be broad, no, I was being broad. I didn't state that. I don't have to state that. Now that you want me to be specific, I got specific because you asked me to be specific. And then I said the one that created him is multiversal. That version of the Fury went to a different universe. Did I not say that? He fought the different Mad Jim Jasper. That is universal. Universal. That means that there are two different Mad Jim Jaspers. I established that he didn't create that version. I established that 3 to 4 sentences ago. Matter of fact, a whole paragraph ago. I repeated it continuously. Now you just playing. Now you trying to move the goalposts and have these irrelevant conclusions, and you trying to play these slothful inductions and ignore evidence and ignore statements to sit right there and stay on one topic that is completely irrelevant to what I'm saying. Stop using these straw man arguments that I did not state. If I stated in the past and I clarify it now,
I get to use the Lobo that killed every High Father who are multiversal.
Jim Jasper will always evolve above him and whoop his ass.
That's a no limits fallacy.
No, it's not. It is direct. It is his feat.
That is a no limits fallacy.
It is a consistent feat. It is not like a Superman pulling something out of his ass. It's not a plot hole. It started off as his.
So do you admit you were lying in the beginning when you said the reason that it is valid for you to use the Jim Jasper that fused with a Fury that he did not create? You originally said it's valid because he did create it. It came from him.
It's his name, Mad Jim Jasper.
You were allowed to use the character.
It's his name, Mad Jim Jaspers.
Okay, so you're saying there's only one Mad Jim Jaspers to ever exist. Is that what you are saying?
How you gonna ask me that dumbass question? I stated earlier that there's two different.
It's his name, Mad Jim Jaspers.
No, because you trying to use circular reason. You try to use circular reason. That shit don't work on me. Don't try to twist my words into what you want them to be. It's not gonna work.
It's what you're saying. Now tell me, what do you decide?
You just tried and you failed. You just tried and you failed.
What is it? Why did you say that? Explain
yourself. Bro, we can debate this for a whole day, and I can sit and you can stay on the same topic the whole day. I'm going to tell you the same thing all day.
So you're going to lie?
I'm going to beat your argument that I've been whooping this whole entire time. I'm going to whoop your argument the same way because all I got to do is say the same thing since I already destroyed it every time.
You just made a statement. I'm asking you to explain what that statement meant.
I said it was broad. And then I got specific. I explained. I don't have to explain something I already explained. I don't have to explain something that I have already explained. If you're choosing to be ignorant of it, then that's going to be you. You're choosing to be ignorant of what I stated continuously over and over. I'm asking you to explain. If I'm going to repeat the same thing 10 different ways and you still don't understand it, it's no point in me repeating it.
Okay, so there's no point in you explaining your argument. Thank you. Okay,
I've
that's fine.
no. What I said is I already explained it. I don't have to keep repeating the same thing if you're not going to understand it. You got to understand that argument. Okay.
Listen, you're confusing yourself. You just made a statement. You just made a statement that said, "Is his name Mad Jim Jaspers?"
Is his name Mad Jim Jaspers?
I'm asking you to explain what you meant by that. Why did you make that statement?
The fuck did you ask me to explain the name?
No, you asked me, "Is his name Mad Jim Jaspers?" Why did you ask that?
Is his name Mad Jim Jaspers? I said because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I had stated earlier I was being broad, and then you wanted to ignore that fact. I said I was making a broad statement. You wanted me to be specific. I got specific. I clarified. That was multiversal Mad Jim Jaspers. He created the Fury. Do I got to repeat this again? If I repeat this again, I'm just going to accept that as a concession. I'm just going to accept that as a concession. Okay, you are conceding this point. You are conceding this point because you can't refute it. You can't refute it, so you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. And you keep going to different irrelevant stances that don't even matter. Doesn't matter that he created them. Is he fused with them?
Yes, it very much does, because you said
no, it don't. Because whether he created them or not, I said that I wasn't using them. Now you want to sit right there and focus on that one statement. Now, when I said that, it was a broad statement. Now, if I say if it's broad, that means overall. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be specific. Now, if I say right there and I'm being specific and I'm saying that this is universal, and I already stated from the beginning of the debate, this is a universal debate. So why would you keep on bringing him up? Is stupid. He's universal. He's fused with that fury. He's fused with the fury that was created by the multiverse Jim Jaspers that fought this version of Jim Jaspers that was universal. The fight was damn near a stalemate. They fused together. By the end of the comic, they were one being. That is the same universal Mad Jim Jaspers. It doesn't change. It doesn't matter what he created them or not, because it doesn't matter what he created them or not, and it doesn't matter what I stated he created them or not, because technically he did, because the other guy was named Mad Jim Jaspers. Now that you wanted me to be specific and separate the two, I got specific. I explained it. I broke it down, and I separated the two. Now you don't want to sit right there and accept that answer. You want to keep focusing on me being broad. Now, if you want to focus on me being broad, if you want to focus on me being broad, then that is on you. That is your ignorance. You're choosing to be ignorant.
That's not ignorance. That's the truth.
No, that is a broad statement. What is a broad statement? Look it up. What's a broad statement?
A broad statement is when you are being very vague. However, you were not vague. You said he could fuse with the Fury because he created it. It was a part of him already, but it wasn't.
No, that was a part of his power. It wasn't a part of Mad Jim Jaspers' power.
No, you said it was a part of him. You said if you take out a piece of your soul, put it on the ground and pick it back up, is it still a piece of your soul?
That's an example of being vague. Was he Mad Jim Jaspers?
Huh?
Was he Mad Jim Jaspers?
That's not the same Mad Jim Jaspers that created the Fury that the other Jim Jaspers, what's it called, fused with.
Okay, I said that.
Okay, so you admit it's not the one he made. You now admit.
What are you talking about?
That is not.
Okay, listen.
Okay, then
I said this. I want to repeat this because I stated this multiple times. When I mentioned that, I was being broad. That was his power. That was Mad Jim Jaspers' power. Now, that was a broad statement because I was just saying Mad Jim Jaspers. Now that you wanted me to be specific and separate the two, which is okay, that's fine. But after I separate the two, you're supposed to get off that subject. You can't stay on it because I said I was being broad. It was a broad being statement.
Argument is now invalid. You're using that character.
Okay. I didn't make a no limits fallacy because I started off saying universal. Did I not say? Okay. Since you want to play this game, did I say universal? I'm just gonna ask you this question. Did I say universal?
Universal? That's not my.
Did I not say the universal magic?
You're avoiding the point I made, and I would like.
No, I'm not. You. No. You can't do this because you've been avoiding my point, and you want to answer my question. You've been avoiding my question. What I asked you was this: did I say Mad Jim Jaspers? Because I answered your question multiple times. There's multiple different ways, and I stated the same thing, and I answered it multiple times, over and over again. I said broad, vague. Now you got to answer my question. Did I
Go
say
ahead.
universal?
Yes, and I'm saying the one
Okay,
you
that
said
destroys
you're
your
using is
entire
invalid.
argument. That destroys your entire argument.
Nope, it actually bolsters my entire
No,
argument.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because I said universal. I said the
You
universal
are
match up that.
using the universal one fused with a fury that it did not create. Therefore, the feats you are using, the power you are using, does not come from that Jim Jaspers alone. It comes from a different character that he fused with. So it's invalid. I would like to go to concluding argument.
Okay. But is it the universal Mad Jim Jaspers power?
No, he's getting it from the fury. It's not his own natural power that he created.
Did I say I wasn't? Did I say I wasn't? Did I say I wasn't using him?
I would like to go to. I already proved the point, so let's go to concluding statement.
No, you didn't, because I said that I'm using the Mad Jim Jaspers that is universal.
Yes,
And that version of Mad Jim Jaspers fought the Fury. I have already stated that the other one was a multiverse. All right, you say you want to go to conclusion?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna make my last statement, then we're gonna go to conclusion.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm about to break this down.
Yeah, we're going to conclusions.
All right, bet.
What is the conclusion? Is that like when they choose
an argument? Yeah, for why you think you won.
All right, good shit, man. That was a good debate.
Okay, are you gonna conclude, or you want me to go first?
Wait. What I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to we supposed to state it, or they were supposed to judge the argument?
No, we state why we thought we won as our conclusion, and then we go. They give their points.
Yeah. So
all right, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead,
you won, and then we'll review it and we'll decide who wins.
All right, go ahead so I can understand how this works.
Huh? Okay, so I believe I won because from your own admission, the universal version of Jim Jaspers used and binded with a character that he himself did not create. Therefore, you are using the combination of two characters, which makes the character invalid. So I believe I won by you using an invalid character. Whether you meant to or not, is really, it doesn't matter. The fact is you did use a character that is invalid, so I believe I won on that premise. Now it's your turn.
Okay. So I believe I won because I never stated I wasn't going to use Mad Jim Jasper that as a fusion of the Fury. The Fury is not the Fury is not a living being, so therefore it is still Mad Jim Jaspers, the universal version. And I already stated that that version of Fury came from a different Mad Jim Jasper that came out the universe, but they fought, and by the end of that series, it was Mad Jim Jaspers of this universe's power, the universal version. He turned his arm into the cannon. He's Mad Jim Jaspers. It didn't say he was. It didn't say he was Fury. He didn't say he was the Fury. It said he was Mad Jim Jaspers. Now, when Goku and Vegeta fuse, they don't exist anymore. They become Vegito. That is still one character. It's a fusion of a character, but it's still one character. And that was the character I used. I didn't sit right there and say there was never any rule stating I couldn't use them, and I couldn't be disqualified for it. So it's not an invalid character because there was no statement saying that I couldn't do it. There you
go. Oh my fucking god! What a conclusion! Thank you, Eli. That was such a fucking amazing conclusion, man. Me. Okay, we're probably just gonna DM each other our results on who we think won and why. We'll present to you why we think X, Y, and Z won, etc., etc. Yeah. So you guys can just talk. Blah 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 blah. Okay, talking means not being silent, so fucking talk.
Yeah, I'm filling something out.
Yeah. So Eli, what do you think of Splash? Do you think he did well?
I think he's pretty good. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, dude.
I think he was pretty good.
Just summarize your conclusions like to the smallest amount again. Why you think won? Like, oh, I think he won because he did this. Well, I think blah, blah, blah. It's like I summarize because I'm like fucking mind farting right now. So just
I'm gonna show it to the Fury's feat is always evolve above the being he's creating. So since he was trying to avoid the reality warping, which I feel like it wouldn't work, but I just gave him that. then he will be fighting a being that's continuously evolving above him.
Okay.
So since he'll be fighting a being that's continuously evolving above him, he will always be whooping his ass. He would always be losing.
Yeah, so the adaptation argument is your main premise.
Pretty much.
Why do you think you won in the most summarized way possible?
The feats used for the adaptation, his premise for why he thinks he would beat Lobo, can't be used because it derives from another character that he himself didn't create and wasn't originally a part of him.
What character did he use that wasn't the character?
The fusion of Fury. So it was not Jim Jasper's. He got it from the Fury after he fused with another character. So it's not the Jim Jasper. It's a fusion of two.
It is Jim Jasper though.
Unless you're posit Jim Jasper, then yikes, it isn't. Okay, so I was originally it to Eli mainly from the fact to his premise, like, okay, he can be multiversal and he can be multiversal. It doesn't matter because my character's always going to adapt to yours. And you could say it's no limit fallacy as one, but you kind of diverted from it when you could have attacked it more by saying, well, okay, yes, there is no cap, no official stated cap. But what you can do is use its highest adaptation fucking feat and use that as its cap. And you could have attacked that way more. So that's why I was originally going to give it to Eli. But then after hearing...
Wait, hold on. Look.
They weren't actually the same character. So I'm going to give Splash in that regard then.
Hey, look. Read the comic book scan. It's the exact same character.
Oh, fucking.
Is that the exact same character? Could Slash, can you like clarify? Because I don't know if
That's the exact same character. I can also prove
I don't need to clarify when he himself admitted it fused with the Fury that it didn't create.
Did he admit this? Okay, well, if he is trying to make an argument for it outside of debate, then it's kind of yikes. He should have made that argument for it.
No, I didn't admit that.
Okay, so you're conceding that you admitted it then?
No, I said I did. I said what I said is that is still Mad Jim Jasper. I said that is Mad Jim Jasper. And I also said this. It's not another character. It's not a living character. It is a machine.
He did actually bring that point up, is what I'll say.
Yikes. I'm still so conflicted and it was so fucking close, not gonna lie. I think Eli like outspoke you and outdominated you, like verbally. He just was way more aggressive than Splash. Splash kind of bitched down a little bit in. Not gonna lie. I'll still give it to Splash just because comics are so fucking retarded. But the other judges, Achilles, Joda, and Trini, will all give in their vote. So that's one vote for Splash.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and go Felix Joda.
Okay, I'm kind of going for that, kind of the similar factor to what Bucky said. More about, it seemed like Eli was more aggressive and like he seemed like he was really getting his point out there more than Splash, just from what I've been hearing so far. I don't know much about the exact topic, but yeah, it just seemed like Splash wasn't really attacking most of Eli's points really, and that kind of where it got him. And then just the whole point of asking for a moderator for help and everything, it just little things were kind of stopping me. So I mean, that's why I kind of chose Eli for the win.
No, I thought he didn't understand me. That's why I asked if anyone thought they would be able to
So
explain it.
that's another point for Eli. Trini or Joda, do you want to present who do you think won? This may actually come down to a stalemate. Keep in mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Joda.
Damn it, I was trying to go last. So I'm gonna give it to Eli. Fucking Eli was more aggressive during the debate, as we've all said. He was more on the offensive. Well, because fucking Splash was so responsive and less proactive throughout the debate, he only really gave 1 point about the universal thing, and then was trying to constantly rebuttal other points without doing it in a very aggressive manner that could, fucking actually shut down the argument. He also did what's known as the fallacy, trying to say that entire argument was wrong just because it has a fallacy within it, which was the no limits fallacy that he addressed. Now, I don't think that was his intention, but it's what it sort of came off to me as. And fallacies are honestly disgusting and shouldn't be addressed, and shouldn't be a reason for why
All right.
What was that?
That's another point for Eli. So far, Eli is winning by votes. Trini, if Trini votes for a splash, we'll have a stalemate, and then we'll decide what the fuck we're gonna do. But if Eli
We
gets
could probably.
Eli wins.
So, fuck. This is gonna kind of suck. And I was thinking it over, and you know how I love to analogize with MMA. So this is the way I'm gonna put it. You guys have presumably seen the second McGregor-Diaz fight, right? Have any of you seen it? If not, I can recount it real quick. Okay, basically what ends up happening is in the first match, Nate Diaz dominated, right? He fucked up Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor moved up a weight division and then ended up fighting Nate Diaz on short-term notice. Essentially what happens in the second fight is that it's really competitive. Conor McGregor fucking just drops the fuck out of Nate Diaz multiple times. The issue is that Nate Diaz keeps the fucking pace on for too long, and his chin is like way too durable. And so pretty much any time he gets hit, even if he gets knocked down, he'll get back up. And Conor McGregor can't go to the floor to finish it, simply because if he knows he goes down there, it's not going to end up well for him. And that's more or less the same way I see this. I see it as Splash certainly had the stronger points. However, even though Splash had better points, it only seemed to work to the extent of dropping Eli a couple of times. Like, you could hear Eli stuttering. You could hear Eli being a lot more careful towards the end. And you notice that Eli was certainly not willing to engage Splash as, maybe not honestly, but not as fairly as he could have. And I think it was a good tactic. It was his way of basically like evading any more fucking, Splash's stronger points. It's why he started like interrupting. And unfortunately, it worked out for the most part. What Eli was largely working on was fucking pacing and pressure. And what originally was going on for the whole thing is just anytime it looked like Splash could have a chance at like just fucking, basically KOing Eli would just start fucking putting on too much pressure, and it seemed like Splash couldn't keep up with the pressure. And much like how Conor McGregor would end up with Nate Diaz on the ground, it was like Splash didn't want to get into like the weird sort of, I'm going to like overtalk you and I'm going to like start saying a bunch of shit at like fucking 15 sentences a minute. And not making maybe not necessarily a gish gallop, but it felt like what Eli was going ahead and doing was whenever he needed to hammer in a point, he fucking got out. He got a fucking sledgehammer out. He was really hammering it in. And this led to Eli and Splash both repeating themselves a lot. So I guess in the sense of Splash dropping the fuck out of Eli multiple times, but Eli going ahead and just keeping on the pressure Splash can keep up with, I'd honestly have to rule it a draw, especially because the concluding statement would have to go to Splash. I think overall, Eli had a longer reign of terror, I guess you could call it. The issue is, though, even though fucking Eli had more time, anytime Splash did drop him, it looked like he was going to get fucking KO'd, and it was really bad. So I don't know. I'm going to have to rule it a draw for this one.
So that means I win.
No.
So the whole debate's a draw, or are we just counting it as a draw?
Wait, hold on.
What do you mean?
Wait,
no, it's your vote.
Wait,
your vote
okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. How does that work? Yeah, if I say it's a draw, you say he fucking won.
So normally
I have one vote for Splash wins. There's 2 votes for Eli wins, and then there's 1 for a draw. Basically, your vote's just basically thrown out the fucking window. It's a singular vote. Completely.
Okay, well.
So then technically,
I guess.
On the votes. All right. Based on our voting system, as shitty as it is, Eli has taken the match.
I'll say this, Splash. It's not even that you didn't G well. I think it's just he was like bad for you stylistically. I think the worst. Yeah.
No, listen. I could have just said Lobo's hyperversal and just left it at that.
You could have literally
Yo, literally the issue with it though was anytime you could have said fucking Lobo was omnipotent. And it's what he said earlier. He could adapt, and that was the issue. You're supposed to basically say.
He said we can't use that because it's universal.
Yeah,
when you said he was multiversal, though. Yeah, when you said he was multiversal, he just went, well, he'll just adapt, and that was like his fucking counter.
Oh yeah, and all you had to do was okay. What's his cap on his adaptation? You have to prove his cap. Because you just said
no. Let me speak on Splash. He did say that, but the fact is that there was no cap shown.
That, it's just a no limits fallacy, and you replied with, okay, there is no cap though, so it can't possibly be a no limits fallacy just because we don't know how much he can adapt. So it isn't.
Dude, this is such a good match. Wait, can we all just pay attention to how good this match is? Nobody's even sure who won. This is really good. Good job, dude.
He was good. He was good. He was
Good shit.
He was good.
Fucking close. Goku versus Vegeta Marsh. Shit, dog.
So look, he was good. He was good. I'm gonna tell you what I was arguing. Yeah.
Okay, we don't need this argument, dog. Holy fuck.
All right, he was good. He was good. I'm gonna say this. He was good. What I was trying to say is, I wasn't necessarily saying that he doesn't have a cap, because when he asked me, do I think that he could beat the one above all? I just simply said I don't have to prove that. All I have to do is prove that he can beat Lobo. So I never really stated that he had a cap. I didn't have to prove that. All I had to prove that he could beat Lobo. And forever limit that Lobo will reach, Imagine Justice will always be above that. And that's not necessarily no limits fallacy that he could always pull that off like the protege. It's simply stating that he could always be Lobo in particular.
Okay. So we're not getting back into the debate. Okay, we just had it.
Yeah, that's no way. Well, okay.
We can talk about this another time.
Real quick, this is the concluding decision. If anyone wants to go ahead and offer up a dissenting opinion, I guess now is the time. So fucking I rule it a draw. Fucking Bucky rules it for Splash, and then there are 2 votes for Eli.
So therefore Eli wins by the vote.
Yeah.
Splash, do not feel bad because this was so close. Eli's just so retarded.
Well, I don't care, because I proved that the character he used wasn't Mad Jim Jaspers. It was a fused character. So I mean, if you still think he won,
you still have my vote, baby.
No, I mean, if that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
I proved it wasn't the right character.
Look, but you did good though, bro.
No,
okay.
but like,
can we get like a verbal shaking kind of thing here between you two, so we have no beef after this?
No
Man,
beef,
we can always debate again.
Shut the fuck up for a second, Eli.
Right, just say good match, and then I'll end the stream.
Yeah, just say good match. Congratulate each other. It's a good fucking thing, dude. This is good. This is our premier debate so far. This is the best one we've had.
Good match, man.
Splash.
Wait, did you say Splash?
No, I said I'm doing something. I'm sorry.
Say good match, Splash.
Hey, good man.
All right. Thanks for watching, boys. This was the fucking GOAT debate.